July 5th, 2022. Today we're going to take a look at the infrastructure project in front of the co-op shopping strip on the borderline of Niskayuna and Schenectady. As you can see, the co-op is a nice small market where it's easy to get in and out of, especially for us one-person peoples. Located in Niskayuna, New York, the trench digger prepares the ground for new sidewalk. Men are taking measurements and using a level device to make everything perfect. The Broken Inn restaurant is a new establishment. Been there a couple times. I gotta get over there again. Love that place. And I'm a frequent patronizer of the Niskayuna Wine and Liquors. The parking lot is still able to be used during this renovation, so there is not any fear. I think they're going to be making things into more like an island boulevard. During this development project, it is necessary for traffic to be directed properly. Here we have a flagman, and we have a man operating the boom pole, and we have two or three other men that are doing the insertion of the new lamppost. The co-op shopping strip has been around probably since the early 1950s. I'm not quite clear on that, but many of the residents living in the immediate neighborhood are very fond of it. The back entrance to the Broken Inn is a place where you can get ice cream. And as we pan left, we come to a side street known as Crescent Road. And if we go down Crescent Road, we come to a big parking lot, which is where you go if you want a haircut at Mario's Barber Shop. That's where you go for a haircut. And here it is. Hello, Mrs. Van Patten. A busload of Marines are coming. They all want haircuts. Every one of them wants you to cut their hair. July 20th, 2022. The infrastructure project in front of the Niskayuna Co-op strip in Niskayuna, New York, has gone a step further. They have made a lot of progress, and actually they are almost done. There is several people working on this project, and they are ahead of schedule, I believe. Cemeteries are some of my favorite places for JP News and their lenses to explore. Here is the Albany Diocesan Cemeteries. This particular one is on Glenridge Road, kind of behind the Hannaford supermarket on Saratoga Road. I feel close to, I almost want to say God or the Lord, but I'm not a very religious person. However, I am a religious, respectful person of others. But I have this warm feeling every time I'm in a cemetery. Cemeteries are very visually pleasing. Cemeteries are my way of feeling like I'm going back in history. Kind of like time travel. The closest thing that I can get to for communication with the deceased. So some believe that the Lord moves us in many directions. I once believed in God because I had to. I had no choice. I was raised in Cleveland, Ohio as a young kid, and my imagery of God was somebody that was at Sunday school. He sat at a table. He had his sleeves rolled up. He had jet black hair like a young James Gardner. And he sat at a table and he molded the hills, the valleys, the lakes, the mountains, the ponds, the oceans, and shaped our landscape. But as we all know, over time, the body chemistry of a landscape always changes. As time went on, I felt like God laid a lot of responsibilities on me that I was not strong enough to handle. However, I am still open to the idea that God really does exist. And there you have it. I am religiously respectful of others. I believe in the moral teachings of the Bible. This cat, although it drops poops, I would never hurt it, and I would always welcome it to come into my backyard. Here we find ourselves in the town of Waterford, New York. The only way that I am familiar with Waterford, New York is that my father worked for Mohawk Paper Mills in Cohoes. And Waterford was one place where Mohawk Paper Mills had a plant, and perhaps they still do. I was in this town because I have to get my camera sensors cleaned, because it helps me bring these wonderful shows to you and others. I enjoy the monuments, and I feel very patriotic when I look around a town like Waterford. Here is the police department and town hall of Waterford. I like a town that has everything in the same building. Probably the only thing that I found broken in the town of Waterford. A very quaint town. Lots of places to eat. I had a nice breakfast sandwich with guacamole and lettuce and spinach and egg. Here is the photo store that I bring my cameras to have their sensors cleaned. I thank God there's still a store around here that I can get to. There won't be much longer. Waterford appears to be a canal town. I enjoyed walking around the park. I believe this is on the Hudson River, but they had a dam that lets the water in and out of the canal. Here's the dam. You can see the dam here. And there's times of the day where it starts to overflow that wall. Steel-girded bridges where pedestrians can stroll around and look down on the river. Very peaceful. Yachts and upper-class boats, even a tugboat, are docked right here on the river. What a pleasant view to be out in this park in Waterford, New York. As we look to the left, we can see a tugboat going by. A wide-angle view of several boats docked to the canal. Here is a lock shut-off valve doors. I don't know what exactly they're called. Now, as you can see, the dam is overflowing and allowing some water to flow. It is a very peaceful sound. A sound I enjoy very much. I believe I could live in a town like Waterford. However, I have yet to learn about the town and the people and what kind of stuff goes on around Watertown. Well, here is a narrow passageway for the water to flow through. It's very exhilarating. Just looking at this makes me think about my clothes being cleaned. When I put my clothes on after they've been washed and dried properly, they are so comfortable. I am a sucker for cotton. Extra wide angle look at all the boats docked along the side. Another view of a steel girded bridge. A view of the park. I find it very breathtaking. Here is a residence house along the lock, and he's got a horse in front of his house with an American flag. Very decorative. I wish I had the ability to decorate my house as such. Back to the city of Schenectady. I recommend you use the Dropbox to pay your property taxes. The post office, like everything else, has staffing shortages. Here is I believe this may be a law office where they have tables and chairs outside and a parking only for AKW. I'm not sure what AKW is. This place is on J Street in downtown Schenectady. So here we are at City Hall. And what I want to talk about is the Black Lives Matter mural. That has been an issue because the Republican Party wants to take it down. And many people are against it being taken down. In my opinion, I think it's okay if they want to leave it up. However, on the other side of the street, they want to put, like, God Bless America or American flags or something. I think it's okay if they have God Bless America. Makes me think of the World War I, II, and III and Vietnam veterans that fought for this country. Now, on to Union Street, where we have Madison Gardens. Not Madison Gardens, Manhattan Exchange. I need to get back to this restaurant again because I haven't eaten there in a long time. Now, to turn my stomach, the dollar store in my neighborhood is very garbagey looking. The parking lot is always an eyesore, crap all over the place. Avenue B near Girling Street in Schenectady, New York, has been the unfortunate site of a stabbing death. We can see that there are candles set up. Maybe there'll be a vigil in the evening sometime. It is getting to be a very unfortunate and way too common and way too often a thing happening in our neighborhoods. And these crimes are happening closer and closer to where everybody lives. This time, it is only a stone throw from my home. Please, I hope we can do better in the future. Getting close to twilight time in downtown Schenectady, here is a view of Union Street with some interesting castle-like houses. On corner of Ferry Street, we have Slick's Tavern, where they will make you a very thick sandwich that is so thick you'll end up spraining your mouth trying to eat it.
Now we are zoomed in on Slick's Tavern. I think it's staying.
A view of the Wedgeway building, soon to be renovated.
This is
A view of the overpass
again.
where pigeons hang out. But people do wait for buses here, I believe. This view kind of reminded me of the French Connection. I don't know why, but as I looked at this view, I had to take a picture of it. Oh, and I love this alleyway through connecting Erie Boulevard to State Street. The Movie Land Theater, another place that I don't get to often enough. It's terrible that I don't go to the movies anymore. It's because I'm too busy making movies. Here's a view of some office windows above the YMCA in downtown Schenectady. Pinhead Susan's, where people are enjoying drinks and joking with friends. Down on Weaver Street in downtown Schenectady, not too far from the GE plant, is the transfer station, which I have to go to pretty soon because I have stuff I need to drop off. It's like dead wood. It's kind of late at night, and I won't be able to do it now, but I need to check out this place. They charge $200 a ton. So it is new to me, but I will find out what it's all about. And, as Ward Cleaver would say, it's time to wash up for supper. The North Side neighborhood, as everybody knows, they are all familiar with Yates Village, which is changing into, I believe, Yates Apartment. They have been demolishing the old structures and replacing them with townhouse-like structures. I'm all for neighborhood beautification. I just hope things don't get wrecked. As you can see the new structures. You can see the old structures. That is going to be gone soon. I think it's wonderful to have a beautification of one's neighborhood.
Here we are.
The underpass
6.3 aperture
by Erie Boulevard and Broadway. Katie O'Byrne's restaurant. I have not eaten there in quite a long time, but I've always had a good time going there. Clinton's Ditch, another place that's great. And I seem to photograph the Wedgeway building quite a lot. I worked there for many years. They are going to renovate it. And let's not forget about the train station. So as we move up to the upper part of Schenectady, Central Park, there's talk about building a new swimming pool because the geese are pooping in this one, and it doesn't look very clean. I'm all for that. However, they want to do a lot of spending on irrigation for the golf course. I think the relief money, the COVID relief money for the city of Schenectady needs to be spent some of it needs to be spent on potholes. The Rose Garden. Even in the end of August, I find that it is a vision of beauty. Well maintained. The flowers and the tulips and daffodils, and I don't know my flowers too well, but really look great. The archways are beautiful.
There. That time that one worked.
My truck.
Square is on
I
the
love
truck.
my truck. I have had recent
Now it's off to the
criticism
left
from a
of the truck.
gentleman about my truck, giving it nothing but negative bullshit. I told him that I like my truck. And here's what he is. I did stand up for him. I told people that he doesn't like flies.
I can see chunks of the road are flowing down the street. Yep, you can see little chunks. Those are little rocks. You can see them. Oh, there's a piece of driftwood. A piece of driftwood. Wow. Whatever is not tied down, whatever is not tied down is going to be sailing down Girling Street. This is a major downpour. Oh, what do we got here? We got a slab of, we got a slab of the road lifting right up in front of Ursula's driveway. It almost looks like it's going to become loose. Oh my goodness. Wow. It is not letting up. All kinds of crap is floating down the road. The drainage system is not going to be able to handle this. And in the city of Schenectady, they want to fix the golf course drainage. I think they got other drainages to worry about now. I will have to check my basement. Flooded sections of my house where it never floods, never usually floods. Slabs everywhere of upheave in the road. And as I said before, there are still chunks.
I was very impressed with this neatly piled garbage put out to the curb. In 22 years of living here, this is the most amount of stuff I've seen anybody put to the curb. All of it was taken. The Summer Night Festival in downtown Schenectady. It was the first time they held this in 2 or 3 years because of the pandemic. It was nice to see people in the streets conversing with one another, having drinks and good food and fun time, and listening to a lot of music.
Hey, I don't want to meet these people. I'm not.
It's a lesson. Thunderstorm.
I can tell a dye job when I see one.
This guy's man. Schenectady summer night. WPTR. We had all the celebrities here. Carla Page, Europa, Joe Camillo was here. Luca Brasi did a new book. Tomorrow. Tomorrow is the release.
What's
How you
that?
guys doing? Happy summer
Look
night.
at your outfit. I like your outfit. It's amazing. No, it's different. I like it. It looks good.
That's my dude, no matter what. You know, that's my dude. I know him just wanted about it.
Here's my daughter Rachel at the 2022 Summer Night Festival.
Stay out of here.
You better enjoy some of the things around here, the food, the wine, and a bunch of other things. Have you already? No, not yet? You gonna stay for the fireworks?
Yeah.
Okay.
The police were there, chatting with civilians. A group of young girls asked me to take their picture. I did explain to them that I do videos, though. The crowds in front of Proctor's in Johnny's restaurant was a welcome sight. Since 2020, the pandemic has done a lot of antisocialness in this world. People were going to food vendors and orders were being taken and lots of yummy food. There's a clam fry for someone. Young kids were painting a mural. And we will conclude this episode with Joe Sinatra and my filmmaking partner, Jill Camillo. This has been JP News for July and August of 2022. Good night.